Welcome to Family Business Breakthroughs, where we bring you time-saving, money-making strategies to improve your business even more. With over 3 decades of experience serving multi-generational family businesses, we've got time-tested solutions that get you the results you're looking for. Listen in and get ready for your next breakthrough. I'm your host, Jim Berner, and today I have a special co-host with me, Sheila Janan. Sheila, what's going
Yeah.
on today?
Hey, Jim. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Sheila, I love a great story, but what's even better is when the stories are true, first. And second, when a true family business story comes through, because there's always something to learn, there's always something to apply to everyday life. And today, are joined by Betsi Bixby, the founder of Meridian Associates. Over 30 years of experience supporting family businesses. And Betsy, your insights, they're rooted in real world practice. Again, this is not academia. This is this is every single
It's the
day
real
that you're
deal.
working with this. And Betsy, we were talking the other day, and you're telling us a story, a great family business. This is an Empower company, and we said, wait, stop. Let's get this on a podcast. Let's dive into this a little deeper, and let's share this with our audience. And so I would love for you to share this story, and then we'd love to just kind of get in. Let's talk about the real world practice, some of the challenges that they were facing, and so let's get into it. Tell us what was going on.
Well, Jim and Sheila, it's really fun when I have a next gen or a younger gen that comes to Meridian. And this fella was taking over the business from his dad. In fact, I think he had already taken over by the time he reached out. And he really wanted to grow the company, but he was also kind of like deathly afraid of running out of money. So that was kind of funny. But he's like, I want to grow this company, but I want to grow it really, really smartly.
Mm,
And so,
Why?
yeah, so at the time, his business model was pretty much wholesale. They were supplying some stations, but the thing that I laugh about now is he said, "I am never going to run a convenience store." And you guys may have actually heard him, out at our events. He'd be sitting at a table, and a convenience store person would be saying, "Oh my gosh, it's so hard to get people," and blah blah blah. And he's like, "I'm never going to do that. That's
Be
crazy. I don't."
careful with that. Never.
Yeah,
Careful.
exactly. So of course, God has a sense of humor, and he ends up with taking over, like repossessing a convenience store. So all of a
mm,
sudden, the thing that he never wanted to do, he's now doing. And he's like, "How do I make this make money?" Right? And the dealer obviously had not been successful, but all of a sudden, he's turning around this store, and then he's getting opportunities for more stores. So it's really pretty funny because right now his store count in just a couple of years is 15. And now, Jim and Sheila, he has a goal to get it to 25 by this year, by the
Oh
end of
my
this year.
gosh.
Yeah. So he went from this vision of, I'm never going to be in retail. I'm just going to grow my wholesale. I mean, he always had a vision of growth, and he wanted diversification. He's doing some really cool stuff now, but,
mhm.
was never going to be in retail, which was funny.
So Betsy, if I know you, which I sometimes I feel like I do, I would assume that the first question that comes out of your mouth is like, why? Like, why? Because you said he would never do something. And I assume just your general curiosity would be like, why would you say that you'd never do something? So tell us about, kind of what his mindset was of, why he would never want to run a convenience store.
Oh,
Yeah, I was curious.
it was
Hmm.
the people stuff. He would go to Meridian events. He'd hear, and of course, he had dealers too. And he heard about, oh gosh, it's hard to get people to stay, and there's big turnover. And the other one was, of course, oh, people steal from you, and employees steal from you, and vendors steal from you. And he's just like, I don't want this mess, you know. Uh, so
Those
that's
are valid
why,
fears.
yeah, that's
Hmm.
why he
Yeah.
he just saw it as being a whole lot of headaches that and again, they hadn't done it. So I think people are always a bit afraid of the things that they haven't done before. So it just sounded to him like, oh my gosh, who in their right mind would ever want to do this? I actually remember him saying that. That was so funny.
So he gets this one, he repossesses it like you say, because he
Yep.
wants growth, but he's afraid of people, but he's still running wholesale, so he's gonna have to have people at some point, but he repossesses this, and then there has to be a turning point. Let's try another, you know?
Well, the
S
turning point was, it was like he was able to make it make money. And he's like, "This
mm,
isn't that hard." And kudos, because this guy was building an amazing culture with his people. So
okay.
his wholesale business has a just amazing culture. He's like a talent magnet. And so what happened was, when people knew then that he had this store, then good people who knew already about his reputation as a good employer then decided they wanted to, work for them in that capacity. And that's what made the difference. So it wasn't without struggles. I mean, they had to learn a lot of things because, the software is different, the point of sale, getting the integration into his back office. There was just a ton of different things. But I love this because now he actually has hired a retail manager. I mean, they're doing so many new things, and they just for the first time ever, instead of just like taking over stores, buying them one by one, he just did a 3-store chain. And
Mm.
it went really smoothly. I was just talking to his ops guy, and he's like, "Yeah, we've really kind of perfected the process, and we're able to do this now, and have the store open and have no glitches." So pretty exciting.
Okay, so let
Awesome.
me
What do you think? Oh, I'm
No,
stepping
go ahead, go ahead.
in. So, what do you think? What tools, or what would you say was the best thing that Meridian had that really helped him get through some of these, roadblocks that he had in his mind about taking
Oh
on,
yeah.
I guess?
So, great question, Sheila. So, our Meridian members website has tons of resources for people in retail. And so, the first thing, he needed to establish some processes, some systems. Like, they were winging it in the beginning. It's like, you can't be winging it. You've got to have established systems. So, that's what Meridian helped with. And then when he got his first kind of like retail team, we worked in coaching with the first retail manager that they put on, and helped her to understand how to implement these systems, and again, not run by the seat of his pants, but actually have some systems in place.
Nice. That's really important.
So the systems that are there now has obviously set him up for success, which is, I think, the key of why there was this fear in the first place. But what about now the strategy of finding the new deals? What is his game plan? How does he move forward with finding the next one?
So that's a great question, Jim. And he is really blessed in that uh, people know him. He's in smaller communities. They know him. They know his reputation. He's got a great reputation. And frankly, there's no sales function right now. Those opportunities are coming to him, and
Mm.
he's actually has more opportunities to buy and to grow than he wants to do. So I mean, he knows what he wants to do. He's scaling at a rate that he can do. He's had to put in other top leadership people. I mean, it's really fun. He's having growth not only in the convenience store side, but also in the wholesale side of his business. So we're still helping him with his leadership, his organizational structure, all the things that come along with being able to grow at that rapid pace.
So real quick, just a real like a follow up to that, because it's like we work with all these small companies, the small family businesses, and we talk about the big guys that are out there and how they come in and take it over. And sometimes the things that you swore you'd never become, maybe he's now the big guy. Like, you start to grow and you start to do this, but how do you protect your reputation then as not being this like takeover type person and you're now the
Well,
big
he's
guy?
not. He's not the takeover person. He's not the guy knocking on the doors. He is a wonderful human being who treats his employees really well, who has
Mm,
a team that's enthusiastic about what they're doing, and it's just that these opportunities come to him. Now, I will say that he did, and I don't want to say too much confidential information, but he has a couple of other diversifications that he's been doing along the way, and some of those he was very deliberate with, where he
mm,
sought it out. But it's not about becoming the big guy, and that's not what he really is aiming for. He's trying to diversify his revenue sources, which I think is super smart. So
mhm.
he was like, "Ooh, we're too concentrated. There's some other things that I can do," and some of the other things that he's doing are completely outside of his wholesale business and his convenience store business. So he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy.
Oh yeah,
And
and
he
so
enjoys growth. He just enjoys growth. He enjoys people most of the time.
yeah, and I
um,
think the
Uh-huh.
yeah.
clarifying thing there is that he's not forcing it. People are
Uh-uh.
coming to him, so
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah. They become like a little magnet. It's pretty interesting.
Such
People
a great
magnet.
story. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, Betsy, I know that you have limited time. So, I obviously want to thank you for your time today and, sharing the story, sharing the insight. As always, I want to encourage people to go back, pause at certain points, jot down notes because things are actionable. And Betsy, because you mentioned at the end, the first thing I had on my paper that was written was culture equals magnet.
Mm,
And so I think that not only from an employee standpoint, but also from a relationship standpoint of other business owners in your area, you become that magnet, right? You
yeah.
start drawing people closer to you. So, for everybody listening, I want you to message Sheila and I your questions, your comments. We want to hear from you directly what we should dive into deeper next.
Love it.
All of our contact information is in the show notes. As a reminder, Meridian is here to serve you and your family. If you're looking for succession planning, leadership, next gen coaching, or you want to attend one of our awesome events, check out the show description and the notes for the link to our website, how we can help. And feel free to reach out with any questions or comments. Hit the subscribe button to catch all of our new content. Thanks for listening in, and we'll see you on the next Family Business Breakthroughs.